has like hours and hours of tape that they're not going to show on TV.
Shamelessly exploiting the scantily clad, highly tanned bodies.
Those stories have been confidentially hidden.
Until now. Get ready for round 2 of Spring Break Uncensored.
You gotta fight for your right to party.
Each year, MTV producers face the same problem. How to make this spring break bigger, badder, and doper than the last one. In 1999, they thought they found the answer, cruising to Cancun.
We had to figure out a way to go over the top. And people had talked about doing a cruise ship forever. But I think you had to have a mixture of really big kahunas and a lack of sanity.
It was a new experience, and that's what's great about MTV. You go different places, experience new things. Little did we know.
Before the cruise even set sail, a knee injury forced Britney Spears to cancel her shipboard performance, the first of many mishaps.
Britney's got a bum knee, so we're taking a long time to shoot. And then it's time to do the send-off.
From the very beginning, you sort of picture this love boat type thing where they're all pulling out and waving. And, bye, Mom, bye, Dad. So from the beginning, that was the money shot. That was what was in my mind.
Make a long story short, this film crew that we hired out of New Orleans, the guy didn't have enough batteries.
I look over at this camera guy, and there is sweat pouring down his face.
Bob's screaming, "What the is going on? This is my spring break, and you don't have a battery." So he starts basically taking stills of the boat going away because he's getting little bits of juice every 2 seconds.
Thinking that my career was on the line, I remembered a nice Midwestern family with a home video camera shooting their daughter at the mall.
Carla, I love you.
He wanted to borrow his little home DV cam because he thought, well, at least if I get it on DV, we can still use it.
So we grabbed the camera from the guy. I sprinted through the mall, got there just in time to see the boat sort of rounding the corner and get the shots.
The ship may have looked like the Love Boat as it sailed down the Mississippi River, but when it hit the turbulent Gulf of Mexico, it felt more like the SS Minnow.
Started getting rough. The tiny ship was tossed.
Basically, we're like standing there and we're like, oh, this is great. Like, there's no movement. We'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, like, it just goes boom.
Next thing you know, the boat's just up and down. Everybody's falling all over the place. I'm on this wet little platform with the camera, stepping on people's hands and falling down.
If you slept, you'd fall off your bed. If you walked through the hallways, you'd fall down. You couldn't take a shower. Like, you started realizing all these things
That you take for granted?
that you take for granted.
Basically, we had taken our medicine. We had taken medicine to combat seasickness.
Mike Powers, supervising producer.
You can tell the people that took the heavier doses because, you know, the crew was starting to get a little loopy.
The next day we were shooting the grind all over, and half the kids didn't show up. And the word came back is they were all just really sick.
Going there, it was like, you know what, maybe this isn't the greatest time, but in like a couple hours, we'll be loving life.
Then, rough waters delayed the ship's arrival in Cancun, causing passengers to miss some of the fashionably loud shows.
This is like the part where the cruise goes bad.
There were fears of a mutiny.
I was envisioning me and my silly hat getting thrown overboard.
Under no circumstance do you want to do anything stupid like slap any employee or scream at them, tell somebody they're doing a job.
They were all mad at MTV, and then I show up, hi, I'm from MTV.
When Tom Green boarded the ship in Cancun, anger turned into madness.
The kids were so excited to see Tom. It was truly amazing. I'd say from that point on, it was like 24 hours of pure mayhem. Tom had no inhibitions. You know, he knew he could push it as far as he wanted, and we were out at sea, so what are they going to do, kick us off the boat?
My bum is on the ship, the battle ship.
One thing that people might not remember, but that was actually the origin of the Bum Bum song.
That was just sort of an improvised thing. Can I pretend the garbage can's R2-D2 and rub my bum on it? We were trying to give the captain a fish sandwich at 4 o'clock in the morning, and the security guards came, and then as we were getting kicked out, I was just started sort of putting my bum on things, my bum on things.
Tom was like rubbing his bum on the rail and on the step and on the plant.
Look at me. My bum is on the...
Are you Swedish?
I'm okay, Swedish, actually.
My bum is on the Swedish! Swedish!
That's how the Bum Bum song actually got started, was on that spring break
My bum
trip.
is on the gum. My bum is on the gum. I can blow a bubble with my bum bum bum. Shake your bum bum, shake your bum bum.
It seemed everyone wanted to show off their bum last year, especially the uninhibited stars of Spring Break Undercover.
What you usually look for an undercover group is people that are definitely a little bit more outgoing.
Spring Break 98!
The kooky, wacky kids that are willing to do anything and everything. And we basically just follow them around to see what kind of wacky hijinks that they get into.
9 students from the University of Wisconsin were chosen for last year's shows and found out what happens after you've done anything and everything in front of everyone.
Like my daddy does it.
I got my ass powdered on TV. Gee, I really expected and hoped that would be on.
Thank you.
We like the triple kiss. Exactly. Guys, triple kiss. For some reason, guys, I don't know what triple kiss is. This is triple kiss. Ready?
Everybody commented, hey, give me a triple kiss, or hey, triple kiss. Everything was about the stupid triple kiss.
The triple kiss, well, yeah. Well, they pretty much invented a new thing, right? I'd never heard of it.
It could go big.
It could go big.
I don't think that Wisconsin was represented well at
I
all.
hope not. I hope not.
Not at all. I thought Wisconsin was just represented as all people want to do is drink and have sex.
In the school paper, there was a series of editorial articles, like some dorky guy wrote in, it's like, why do we have to see kids getting drunk, partying with girls, and getting naked all the time? Is that what spring break is about? You know, and I'd say the majority of college kids, that is what it's about.
I thought it was crazy, but it was fun. I mean, I'm going to Cancun for spring break. I want to have fun.
My mom thought I was a little bit of a scrub. Remember that weekend it aired, I went to a movie with her and she would not drink out of the same cup or the same straw with me. I'm like, Mom, I'm your daughter. And she's like, I don't care, you're a little scrub.
We're walking to a bar and some girls go, oh, you're the MTV slut, you know? And I'm just like, listen, I'm like, what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a great time, I hooked up with beautiful girls, like, what else can I ask for? I was happy.
Having the cameras follow you was it was a different experience, but it was a lot of fun because it was like you had a record of your spring break. All those moments you don't remember come flashing back when you see the little clips fly in.
Gratuitous close up!
The big thing that I really am always going to have in the back of my mind about this whole entire show is that when I sit back with my kids, and they're, you know, you got to wait till they're old enough, 17, 18, 19, I want to sit them down and be like, just here, I have to show you something. And I'll go, you thought I was like, you know, a really strict parent? Slip this in and be like, 20 years ago, don't you worry, I was just like you. I was cool. I was cool.
Coming up, rain, shine, or threat of electrocution, the spring break shows must go on. Spring break. 2 innocent little words that make you think of blue skies, sunshine, hot bodies, lots of suntan lotion. Unless Mother Nature is having a PMS day.
Hello, my wet and wild spring breaker friends.
Inevitably, it would rain during every spring break.
I don't think the heavy stuff's gonna come down for a while yet.
Every single thing was wet.
Avoiding the water bunker hazards. Avoiding the water hazards.
It's crazy! Run!
The governor of Florida has just declared Daytona Beach a disaster area.
The concept of dry no longer existed.
When I said it was crazy a second ago, it wasn't crazy. Now it's crazy.
When it rains, we push ahead.
The weather in Florida doesn't always cooperate.
If you're headed to Panama City Beach, the only rubbers you're going to need are your galoshes.
I'm in Daytona, it's spring break, it's gorgeous out, it's about 10 below zero.
I was imagining like bathing suits and shorts and tank tops, which would make sense.
These kids are freezing their patooties off.
But we got down to Panama City, and it was freezing.
Oh, where does the treachery end? There were a few where we were like in rubber ponchos.
Go dry up, you're getting me even more wet than I already am.
All the girls there would be wearing like big rubber ponchos. People would be like watching at home and going, is there any need for me to be watching this?
But the show must go on, come hell or high water. The old cliches came true in 1998 at Fashionably Loud, Jamaica.
We got there and built up the stage from nothing.
And the day before we went to shoot, we noticed the waves are getting unusually big. They had just about finished getting all the lighting towers up, and we were almost set for the day. And that's when it got really bad. The waves started at about 10 feet over the seawall, which was about 20 feet up already, and they just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
The water is breaking onto the stage at times already. I'm scared of water, man.
They lost about 30 feet of the stage.
This is how the ramp was supposed to be, and it all washed away.
From the waves?
Oh yeah, they were huge.
It's not just like having one band and a bunch of cameras. We had 4 bands, we had 30 models, and there was all this, drama about, are we going to do it at this point?
It could be fixed, which was the amazing thing. We have an audience of 1,500 coming in 2 hours, and let's put on a show.
Probably 4 days or so of building, and 4 to 6 hours to get it back into shape. And in the end all, nobody would ever know it.
Looked totally different, but when it all came together, it really rocked.
Let a little water stop a great show? We don't think so. In 1996, one band gave the performance of a lifetime, soaked to the bone.
We had Bush set to do a concert, and a storm starts moving in. It was looking really bad, but we really wanted to postpone the thing, and talking to all the bands, everyone had a gig somewhere the next day. The kids lined up, and they were ready to go.
Some people saying we shouldn't go on, some people saying we should.
I remember hearing the bands fight with the MTV people about, no, we're not going to go out there and play in this rain. Our weather contact gave us this window of opportunity. He said, look, you have an hour, and then you're going to have problems with lightning and thunder. So the bands were really game, and they said, okay, let's go for it.
We played a few songs, and it was starting to drizzle. So I was just waiting for the big zap from the sky. But our crew were really good, so they were checking to make sure we weren't going to get electrocuted. They were in rubber suits at the time.
The high point of the whole show for me was watching Gavin doing Glycerin alone in this storm.
Yeah, you stay out here, I'll stay out here. It was bad, and I couldn't feel the guitar. And I was thinking, I know I'm going to get electrocuted now. Must be skin, I'm sinking, must be for real, 'cause now I can feel.
He could have been in the pool at this point. It was that saturated with water, and the guitar and everything was just wet.
Don't let the days go by this way. I just can remember thinking, I'm going to die now. And I was just figuring that I suppose it was sort of a romantic way to die. Thank you for standing out in the rain.
Something about spring break inspires great music, and some of the biggest names in music have done some of their best work on the break.
Hi, my name is.
I liked Eminem's performance a lot. He was molesting all the models. I thought that was rad. They're like, ooh, get this Detroit boy off me. Eminem was just having the time of his life.
That's what I'm talking about.
All the true players here. Let's throw your hands up.
Biggie came out to Lake Havasu, so we did the grind, and so we actually had some really great guys build us kind of a floating pontoon stage. I don't think it was really explained to him that he had to take a boat to this little floating stage and perform.
The greatest rapper of all time is performing on this boat, and there's all these boats parked around. It was just very, very different.
It's like a 2-foot platform that he had to stand on, and the thing moves with the dancers and the waves and stuff. He was not the most comfortable at that moment.
Sometimes a relatively unknown band can catch a break on spring break.
Limp Bizkit was one of our last additions, I think, to the Fashionably Loud lineup.
Nobody really knew who they were. It was kind of really interesting.
We were like, oh man, we're gonna be on MTV? What? We couldn't believe it.
It was their first national appearance on TV. So they're out on the road, and we're trying to figure out a way to kind of get them there.
And our label's like, yeah, it's in Jamaica, but it's tomorrow or something, and we're gonna fly you in a private jet. We were like, wow, private jets.
When you're at that point as a band and MTV calls you, like, you drop everything, because it could be your big moment.
Crank it up for the crushing chorus of Limp Bizkit and the tiniest bikinis you've ever seen.
So we get out there and we Everybody's there, and I'm going, this is what it's like, all these people, this is awesome.
It's not the kind of music that you can walk down the runway to, but it was great because they rocked.
The awesomeness of contrast was just so apparent.
So we went out and we did the best we could, but we thought it was really whack performance.
When Spring Break aired, you could see a sales change the following week. And that's the kind of reaction that a killer performance at Spring Break gives.
Get your ass up!
You look at how many times that performance is aired, you know, a band like that is a real launching pad for them.
For Spring Break and for Fashionably Loud, it was perfect. You know, something like Limp Bizkit, I think that was the beginning of what really proved that they're a really MTV perfect band.
Could have been better for us to perform better for everybody to see, but it's done wonders.
Coming up next, the stars, the skin, the love, when Spring Break Uncensored 2 continues. I'm here to tell you that celebrities go nuts on Spring Break 2, and they do it like everybody else. They look for love in all the wrong places, and they party like crazy.
We are the Spice Girls! Give your love for Will Smith! I'm Halle Berry!
We're the Backstreet Boys!
The one, the only, Engelbert Humperdinck!
MTV always managed to get together the oddest mix of celebrities for their spring breaks.
Are you girls into a 2-on-1 or what? Ah!
I had a great time. You know, I was 19 or 20 and getting to do comedy on a television show.
When you walk out on the stage in Panama City, whoever you are, you're the Beatles.
Everywhere we went, people just screaming, "Hey, Khaled!" You're standing at a urinal, and you turn around, and there's like 20 guys going, "Oh, dude, it's that dude from the thing."
The perks of being a star at Spring Break? Lots of love.
A whole lot of honeys. That's what I'm looking for. What's the honeys?
I had some fun, I won't lie to you.
You got hit on.
Yeah.
They had us under aliases in the hotel, and I was there with my girlfriend, who was now my wife, and she'd be taking messages off the phone. Michelle from the 5th floor called and said that you could come down at any time.
Of course, some stars didn't do so well.
Look, you horny bastard! Get away from me!
Yo, I showed the girls the MTV pass. I told them I'm in the Beastie Boys. They don't care. I've been on the beach 10 minutes and I haven't met a girl yet, man.
Hi, would you like to go on a date with me?
With Gilbert Godfrey running around seriously trying to get laid during the whole spring break. That's what's happening.
No, of course not. No, she doesn't want me.
I was like walking up and down the block with a giant sandwich board that said, "I'm Gilbert Gottfried, I'm in show business, for God's sakes, have sex with me."
Wait, don't you want to come in? Come on, a quick spanking. Something, just a really quick one. I won't hurt you. You want any waffles?
Maybe I was being too subtle.
And yet, one way or another, even the most unexpected celebs do manage to hook up.
I may be dead in a week, so will you sleep with me right now?
Jerry could get laid more than anybody down there. Jerry and Kid Rock are like neck and neck. It's like, woo!
Any girl who has taste wouldn't hit on me, so it probably was maybe they're trying to fix up their mother.
In 1999, some co-eds did not seem to be thinking about their mamas at all when they appeared on Spring Break.
For Springer Break, they did this fantasy segment where these kids wanted to wear whipped cream bikinis.
You're going to come out just wearing whipped cream, but what if there's like a strong wind?
We applied a layer of shaving cream because it was thicker and had more of a base to it, and then we put whipped cream over it.
Okay, let's bring them on out.
I'm thinking no girl in her right mind is going to go out there, bend over, and spread her cheeks. Well, here you have on camera these girls with these white butts, and as they bend over, it's like brown, white, brown, white, brown, white, brown, white, like a sock puppet. And I'm like, oh my God, no way!
I don't think anyone who had put the show together gave any thought to the fact that it was 98 degrees out there. That whipped cream was gone immediately, so there was a lot of flashing going on.
Then they all get to the end of the stage, and these guys start rubbing on these girls, like grinding against these girls, and I'm thinking, the mom and dad are watching the boyfriend rub his shaving creamed penis all over their daughter on TV.
Singularly the finest moment of my television career.
What I want to know is who'll be doing who, and where will they be doing it this year? Here's where Spring Break 2000 is headed. Take a look. This year, it's fun for all ages as MTV returns with shows you'll be happy to enjoy with your folks. Or not, it's more sun, more sand, more skin, and more stars as MTV rocks Cancun again with fashionably loud, undercover, celebrity dream dates, and the return of Springer Break. Then, for the first time ever, our cameras descend upon the city that really never sleeps, Las Vegas, Nevada. It's a sure bet for star-powered undercover insanity, including MTV's first ever Celebrity Strip Down. Face it, people, no one does spring break like MTV. So grab your lotion and your remote, and we'll catch you beginning March 24th only on MTV.
Ladies and gentlemen,